Hi, Hazel Lush here. We're going to talk about 15 movies that I've watched recently that I enjoyed or didn't so much enjoy. We're going to rank them from A to F tier, and the full list will be here on the end. Also, all of this art here, I didn't paint this. This was by OMG a Fairy on Instagram. I'm obsessed with her art, so check that out. Also, this is all art and it's all appropriate, so YouTube, don't try me. Everything's covered, so yeah, nothing bad there. Okay, well, yeah, I just wanted to talk about these movies that I've seen since I made a movie talking about all the other ones and it was fun. And I just love talking about movies, specifically like horror, sci fi, thrillers, anything like that. But I do also enjoy just like other stuff. But okay, let's dive on in. So, here are 15 recent movies or TV shows that I watched, mainly horror. So, if you like that kind of stuff, spoiler alert, I might like drop something that's like important to it. So, if you haven't seen these, if I say the title and you don't want to know what happens, I'm not going to give a full like summary, but I'm just warning you. Like, if I spoil something and you get mad, like, I don't care because I just warned you just now. So, first movie is Stopmotion. This movie is amazing. This is what I have been wanting. Horror movies that have a new concept and like it's just different. It's not a basic ghost story. It's not another what's really popular right now. Multiverses were really popular there for a while. Just like Talk to Me, like it's a new like the movie Talk to Me, it's a new kind of like take on a basic story. Like this movie's really good. It has a lot of like claymation. She's a person who is a claymation filmmaker, like stop motion claymation filmmaker. And she starts getting haunted. We'll just leave it at that. But there's a lot of cool claymation scenes. It's like a movie and then she's making a movie, so it's like two movies in one. Just really creepy. Go look it up. Go watch the trailer. I can't explain it that well, I guess, right now. It's just really juicy. A tier. So we're going to put that in A tier. The second new movie I saw that I want to talk about is Immaculate with Sydney Sweeney. This movie was pretty good, but it was like just mid. So I'm going to put it in C tier. But also it was kind of something new vibes. It wasn't like a horror movie that takes place in like a nunnery, like a Catholic nun thing. So, oh yeah, I was just like remembering what happens in it. It's pretty good. It kind of reminded me of the Wellness Center. If you've seen that movie, it kind of gave that vibe, but different. That's just what I can compare it to. But yeah, pretty good. Also, the ending, there's like a scene where Sydney Sweeney's like crying or something, and she did a really good job with that. So props to you, Mama, for that. Okay, the next movie I'm going to talk about, I don't know if I talked about this in my last video, but the movie Imaginary. This movie was also mid. Like, even worse than mid, I would even say. I almost want to put it in D tier. So I'm gonna put it in D tier. Just because it's so bad. I watched it with my friend and then a few weeks later I was like, have we seen this? And she was like, yeah, girl. I'm like, oh, I totally forgot. But it's called Imaginary. It's about a kid. I can't even remember it. It's that bad. Like it's about a kid who's like imaginary friends or like evil or something. It's just boring to me. So not worth it, but you should watch it and see for yourself. The next movie I'm really excited about. Also another movie that's different from the basic like ghost story or just the same shit we've been seeing for the past however long with horror movies. But anyways, this movie, You'll Never Find Me, really good. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'm almost gonna put it in B tier, but I'm still gonna put it in A just because it was like it has you on the edge of your seat. It's more of a thriller. It's not really like scary. You're just trying to decide the whole time, like, okay, who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? Do I trust him? Do I trust her? Basic hypnosis. I don't know how to say it. Guy in a trailer park, girl randomly knocks on his door in the middle of the night. It's raining, and you're like, why would she be here? She needs help. But you start to realize, like, okay, what's going on? Is he gonna get her, or is she somebody we need to watch out for? What's happening? I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's really good, and I think you should watch it. It's on Shudder. Um, the next movie I watched, Lisa Frankenstein. I was so excited about this one because it was made by Diablo Cody, the same director of Jennifer's Body, so like duh. Um Need more of that vibe. But I was really let down. Like it was like okay for what it was, but it's getting C tier for me. Like it I don't even really remember a lot of it. I cringed in a lot of it, which like that's not a crime, sorry. Like you're allowed to be cringy, and I know what's cringy for me isn't cringy for other people, but this movie was like boring. The thing I liked about it was the colors, I guess, and how the acting, like the characters made choices that weren't believable, but it's like campy, so like it doesn't have to be super serious, but also it was just kind of like, okay, that made no sense, but watch it if you want. I don't recommend it. It's getting D tier actually for me. You'll Never Find Me, I think I put an A tier. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is not a movie, it's a show. The Three Body Problem. So, The Three Body Problem, I really enjoyed. I'm not even going to lie. I enjoyed it. I didn't really enjoy it. I enjoyed the concept of it. Once again, it's like something that's new. It's not the same story we've been hearing over and over and over. I'm tired of remakes, and I'm tired of the same story over and over. I don't like remakes, but I think like going back, so it would technically be a remake. I'm tired of remakes of things that we don't need. Like, I can't even think of an example, but you know what I mean? Like, The Three Body Problem is, it comes from it's adaptation. The Three Body Problem is an adaptation from a story, like a series of books, a sci-fi story. I'm probably not going to do a good job of explaining this, but it's about like they contact an alien civilization gets our signal that we send out, and they send back a signal saying like, hey, in 400 years we're going to come and like take you over because you guys like don't know what you're doing. I think something like that. And so they send this like basically Oculus device that they can put on and like prepare for it, I think. Okay, just look it up for yourself. I'm not doing a good job of describing it, but it's a thriller, it's sci-fi. If you like anything like that, please watch it. I probably didn't even make sense just now describing what it's about, but if any of that kind of intrigued you, watch it. It's very juicy. Oh, also something cool about it, it's like all the scientists in the world start killing themselves or end up dying. And people are finding out like, oh my god, why is this happening? What's going on? And you figure out like the aliens are trying to dumb us down so that we can't beat them in 400 years when they come and get us. There's just a bunch of stuff. Spoiler alert, obviously. But yeah, I'm going to rate Three Body Problem B tier for me because it was really, really good. There's just certain things about it that were kind of boring. I don't remember. It got kind of slow and like towards the end of the first season, but it was good. B tier, definitely worth a watch. Okay, the next movie I'm going to talk about is Late Night with the Devil. So this movie actually came under some fire because it used AI art and its like promo and stuff, and like on like it's a show about a TV show from like the 80s or 70s, I don't remember. But their like logo for the show was made with AI, and it just looked bad when it would have been so easy to just draw it. Like it was literally an owl with like a skyscraper in the background. And they used AI for that. Like, girl, would have been so much easier just to make it yourself. In my opinion. But besides that, the movie itself, it was interesting. It was good. It wasn't like, whoa, the best movie ever. The effects towards the end weren't that good. Like the devil himself or the demons or whatever in the show, they look really tacky, which kind of confused me because I'm like, really, it's 2024, are we still... Well, I guess it goes to show they used AI for their art, so they probably took shortcuts with the CGI. No offense to the people that worked on the movie. Also, the movie, when it's starting, there's literally like a full 3 minutes of opening credits. Like, you know how it'll be like Touchstone and then it'll be like Sony. It literally had, I want to say, like 12 of these back to back. And each time you're like, oh, the movie's finally starting. And then you realize, no, it's just another movie production company that worked on it. And it started to go on so long that me and my friend watching it were like cackling at each other because we're like, is this like supposed to be funny? Is this part of it? Like, are they making a joke about this? You just have to watch it to know what I mean. It's really weird. Overall, the movie's getting a C tier for me. It was like good, but not like nothing to write home about. Like, it didn't gag me, but it was still good. So, was it good or wasn't it? It was good. It's getting a C tier, but it's like only because it was, again, something kind of new. A late night talk show and a girl's actually possessed. So, yes, finally something new. Kind of, even though it's probably been done before. You know what? It kind of reminded me of like a Black Mirror or Twilight episode, just like longer. Like, this could have been a good episode in like a series. Like, I love anthology horror series, like more of those. And I just read somewhere that there's a new one coming out called like Grotesque or Grotesque or something like that. And like Taylor Swift's boyfriend, who's like a football player, is going to be in it. And I'm like, oh my god, but whatever. I'm happy anytime there's a new anthology thing. Speaking of anthology, I watched this anthology sci-fi series called Electric Worlds, or I watched like 5 episodes of it. Pretty good. It was pretty good. Like, check it out if you like that kind of stuff. Some of the episodes are really boring, but some of them were interesting. Like, there's an episode where it's like kind of diving into like, what if there were a hybrid animal human species? Like, how would they be treated in society? Like, they're ostracized and treated kind of like slaves. It's like horrible. But it's just like really, it was an interesting episode. Definitely, you should watch that. Also, there's a lot of random, like, really, like, famous people in each episode. So, interesting. Electric Worlds. Check it out. Okay. Next movie. Oh, yeah. The next movie I'm going to talk about is Leave the World Behind. I don't know if I talked about this in my last video talking about movies, but this one was pretty good. I'm gonna give it B tier. It wasn't like super new like idea. It was just kind of interesting. Okay. Leave the World Behind was good. It had Julia Roberts in it. It's about like the world is about to like go into full on like World War, and it's just like scary. You don't know what's going on. There's a lot of like Easter eggs and stuff in it, so it's one of those movies that you'll want to watch like a YouTube video after, like diving into things you might have missed. There's a lot of color symbolism, I believe. So yeah, you definitely should check that one out. It's B tier, not the best movie ever, but just something new, juicy. Oh, also I watched the Fallout series. I loved it. Check out the Fallout series. That's A tier for me. Really juicy, really cool. Had a lot of, well, it's literally just like the game. They were really good about sticking to the game lore and stuff. So definitely recommend watching Fallout. Another movie I watched, this one, I don't even really know if I'm going to keep it in here, but Chicken Run, Dawn of the Nugget. C tier. It was good just for like nostalgia, but it got boring. It was cute, boring, but cute. But boring. The next movies I watched, Creep 1 and Creep 2. Really good. These aren't new. If you're a horror fan, you're probably like, what? You're just not watching these? Fake. But I don't know why. I just like couldn't. I don't know why I waited so long to watch them, but I'm glad I did. I watched them with my friend and they were really good and juicy. So you should definitely watch it. Spoiler alert, it's just about it's a found footage, like it's filmed first person perspective. You're like, in both movies, they're like going to interview this guy who's like a f***ing weirdo, who wears like a wolf mask, and like you start to kind of like think, oh, he's like maybe just nice, he's just weird, but then no, he's like a murderer, he's like really weird. And you just need to watch it. It's really creepy. That's why it's called Creep. It's creepy vibes. Watch it. A tier for both of them for me. The next movie I watched, this one was weird. Like, it was just weird. The story was weird. I didn't quite enjoy it. The storyline was just like all over the place. It felt like one of those movies that feel kind of like a nightmare where like things just keep happening and you're like, oh my god, well now I gotta go take care of this, and then well now there's another roadblock, and then oh my god, now I gotta do this, and you can't get anything done. Like, he accidentally kills one person, and then that leads to him killing another person, and then that leads to him having to hide this body. But yeah, the movie's called Destroy All Neighbors. There's a lot of good effects in this movie, and cool, like, real effects, not like CGI, like, what is it? Live action effects. Really good makeup and stuff like that. So we'll give it B tier. Oh, the next movie, this isn't super new, Poor Things. I really enjoyed it. I watched it alone on my phone, and it was really juicy. I got really into it. Yeah, if I can watch a movie alone, that means it's good, because like all of these movies I watch with my best friend, and usually when I'm alone I can't watch stuff because like my attention span, I have to watch it with someone and we have to like react together, like laugh, be scared, blah blah blah. But Poor Things I was able to sit through alone. It was really interesting. There's some iffy parts in it actually. Wait, I don't know if I talked about this in my last video. This kind of reminded me. There's like a part where I'm not even going to talk about it. It just made me a little uncomfortable. Check it out, though. It's also kind of like a Frankenstein-esque movie, which got me thinking, I'm like, are Frankenstein the new multiverse movies? Like, you know how everything, everywhere, all at once, and then around that era, everyone was making like multiverse-type movies. So I'm like, is Frankenstein the new thing for a little bit? What's going to be our new trend? Because like Lisa Frankenstein, Poor Things, probably other Frankenstein type stuff. I don't know. Poor Things is gonna get an A from me though, just from like the design, the colors, everything's beautiful, interesting story, different. It kept my attention. Another A tier. This is not new at all. Nobody cares. Dune Part 1 and 2 with Timothée Chalamet. I loved both. I don't care that everyone else does. I'm obsessed with it. I love Dune. I am a Dune girl. Lisan El Gaib. Yeah, water. Big sandworm, sci-fi. I love that it's like anti-religion, low-key. From my perspective, I think it is, because it's showing how crazy religion is and how it's all about manipulation, da 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 da. But also it kind of like it's a fake destiny that the Bene Gesserit has crafted to control the Fremen, yet the prophecy is being fulfilled. So it's kind of like, wait, even the Bene Gesserit know the prophecy's fake, but the main character is actually fulfilling the prophecy. So it's like, what's going on? So I don't know what happened. I haven't read any of the other books. I don't know what's going to happen in the third part, so let's see what happens. I know he eventually like rises and the prophecy is fulfilled, I think, all the way. So also Dune, the world building is amazing. I love how they've crafted, like, since it's a world with very little water, they have like these suits that recycle their sweat, and just the way it's shown is really cool. I know it comes from the stories, from the books, so it's not like the movie makers came up with it, but just so many cool things about the world building. Like the mouse, who the main character is even named after. There's like this breed of mice there that have these big ears that collect water out of the air, and that's how they like drink. Also in their culture, like when they first see you, they like spit at your feet because it's a sign of respect, because they're giving you their water, and water is like the most precious thing there. Throwing up, like they're really anti-throwing up, so if you're like gagging, they're like, don't lose your water, don't throw it up. It's just interesting stuff like that I wish more movies. I love movies with really good world building, and like they put a lot of thought into it. So yeah, Dune Part 1 and 2, A tier, like really, 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 really good. I'm obsessed. So, okay, here is my final tier list. So yeah, if you've watched any of these movies, if you agree with anything I said, or if you disagree with what I said, comment below. Let's argue about it. I have all day. So yeah, if you like movies, fashion, blah blah blah, follow me or don't. If you made it this far, wow, like congrats. And honestly, good for me for filming another YouTube video. So follow me here on Instagram. And make sure you follow me here for more videos because I want to start being more productive here. Because I've got a few DMs saying, hey, when are you posting on your YouTube again? Since every time I post, I'm like, I'm going to be posting every Wednesday or every Thursday. And then I like wait 2 months to like a couple years to post again. But I've talked about this in my other videos. I'm trying to just force myself to get it out there. I'm not putting too much effort into it. Like, I'm about to get ready now to film for like my real job. And this is kind of like no pressure. I can just chat, be myself. I'm really inspired by Trisha Paytas, how she just like will put the camera up and just start filming, honey. She knows even, I don't even think she does like lighting or stuff like that because she'll just go like through the drive-through and film and chat about stuff. I just think that's cool. Like, I don't know. So yeah, thank you again for watching and I hope you have a great day. Bye. Oh, also, if you have any movies you think I should check out, any series like that you think I should check out, I want to watch the movie Sting. I just looked up like new horror movies. It looked kind of juicy. So yeah. I'm Hazel Lush and you're watching Hazel's channel. Do 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 do.